So, ladies and gentlemen, no Alex Jones today. I just want to get right into it and rip it off like a band aid. I'm just going to go off the cuff like I usually do, but I am just so frustrated. I'm so irritated. I'm so tired of all of this complete and total nonsense, this bullshit. I just got done playing probably about 2 hours of Dragon Age Origins. I wanted to give it a little play, see how things were, refresh, recollect. That game, it's just so good, and it's like I look at that game and the dialogue, the way that Morgan and Alistair banter. I'm in the early parts of the game, but the dialogue, the choices, it's like, oh my god. The de-evolution of gaming, it has never been more apparent than when you go back and you play those games and you look at what we lost. In the name of pandering to a bunch of disgusting freaks, we have lost so much. We have dropped the IQ of our games and our media and our entertainment to be room temperature. Morgan was such a well-written and interesting character. Alistair was an interesting character. I'm looking at the build-up and the setup of some of these stories. Just the noble introduction is light years better in terms of story, in terms of connecting you, and in terms of letting you talk to every little NPC and investing yourself in the world. How on earth do you think that you could even call the Veilguard a Dragon Age game after that? That was Dragon Age. That was a brilliantly done, epic, dark fantasy RPG. The Veilguard is a shitty action adventure game with woke and DEI elements. I felt compelled to do this video more than even any of the other videos I've done because I just got done playing 2 hours of Origins. That's what they took from us. That is what they took from us. And so when they sit there and go, oh, you need DEI, when that Down syndrome Hassan Piker went on stream and said, you need DEI, no, the hell I don't. I would give almost anything for a return to that, for multiple games like that. Just remaster it. Do something. Give me more Dragon Age Origins. We have lost so much that I don't even think people really realize just how far gone things have become. The writing in Origins is, for every character, superior in a way that really is hard to articulate. It really is hard to try to lay that out because it's so much better. The world is richer, and it doesn't treat you as though you're an idiot. It gives you the ability to make choices, to interact with people, to earn positive or negative feedback, to be a good guy or a bad guy. You can choose to be something in between, like in my playthrough, when we were coming into the first town from the wilds, I was encountered, by a bunch of people that were collecting quote unquote taxes on refugees. And you can kill them or you can let them go. I decided, well, I'm a Grey Warden. Maybe you should pay me. And the guy took his money. And then I let him continue doing his thing. because I wanted to get a feel for what it was like playing. No, I don't need to play as the most evil option, but it definitely was interesting to play as a morally gray character again. Because in the Veilguard, you're not allowed to. They took away that ability because they know that if you play as a character that's mean, you're going to be mean to the trans freak character, and that game is saturated behind the scenes with a whole bunch of freaks, a whole bunch of disgusting ideas, a whole bunch of just narcissistic me attitudes. And all of it is about, well, I want to create a game that's inclusive. Do you know that you freaks have done more harm to the LGBT community and inclusion than I could ever do on this channel with 1 million videos? You have genuinely done more harm to progress and representation and all that stuff than you could possibly imagine. Because not only are you terrible people, but your ideas are terrible. They're evil. They're malevolent. You fancy yourself a good person, but you're not. And it's reflected in the way, not only in how your work comes out, Tolkien is right, evil like you can't create, you can only destroy and decay, but it also comes out in how you deal with people who criticize you. And more often than not, what you end up finding is that these people are very, very upset when you dare to criticize their work, when you dare to call them out, and to point out the reality that they're living in a toxically positive bubble filled with just pure bullshit and copium. And it's never going to lead to a success. It's not. And I will never understand these people. I have nothing in common with them. Because if it were me, I'd be fighting tooth and nail to make any project I was working on the best that it could be, especially if it was in the state that BioWare is in. BioWare needs a win. They need a win like nothing before. And yet, every time, they just give up. They don't even try. And so,
change anything.
It's a Gundam, which is a channel that I do like, put out a video. And I think the video is very good. We're going to watch a little bit of it.
Thank you. So, I'm non-binary.
Get out. Ugh. Oh my God. There was a room of people that got paid to put this together. Just sit on the reality of that.
Dragon Age is the perfect representation of the Red Letter Media meme.
How does it feel to have lived long enough to see all of your favorite franchises go down in flames?
Feels great.
I've been a fan of Dragon Age since Origins.
Yeah.
I remember the major selling point of the game. This is a spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate. And I thought to myself, oh man, I heard that that's a legendary game. Everything Dragon Age Origins was memorable. The characters, the dialogue, the voice. On June 6th, I was oblivious to the information that surrounded Dragon Age, other than it was coming out. And as a fan, I tend to avoid spoilers for games I'm interested in, like the plague.
Dragon Age, Veilguard, game director who describes himself as a queerosexual gendermancer, claims game is inherently queer.
What the hell is even that?
Daddy, chill.
Jesus H. Christ. Is that an actual direct quote? With a title like that, I can't help but feel so very tired. And had I seen this beforehand, I would have already been ready for what Dragon Age was. Another skin suit game paraded around in front of me as I grinded my teeth into dust. Then somebody screamed, "He's a bigot!"
Bruce detailed, as a queer trans woman, I have a perspective on the game that not everyone has. Dragon Age has long been a place where LGBTQ plus AI, two-spirit, and other things, folks,
That is such a long title.
kids see people like themselves represented respectfully. It's inherently very queer, and it's such a rare thing for marginalized communities to have representation where we feel proud and powerful in how we are depicted.
Why can't I be Markiplier? I just want to play games and go, look out. Kibbles and bits. Whatever the hell he says for millions of dollars. I'm serious, you better edit that out. Whenever progressives come into a position of power in entertainment, they always self-insert. Every single time. Dragon Age Origins was so well written, it's easy to get invested in the story and the characters. The issue is, when the weird theater kids grow up and start making these games themselves, representation is the complete focus. That's when things go off the rail. If you watch an interview of the original BioWare devs talking about Dragon Age Origins, there's so much focus on the story and the gameplay, not sexuality or marginalized groups in a dark fantasy. It was about the story. Groups of people trying to save the world from ending.
It's so deeply meaningful for so many. I often get emotional when I think about what it would have meant for a younger version of myself to see someone like her in the game, and as a hero, no less.
Girl power!
I hope we could be a safe.
This video is just fantastic. I definitely recommend that you all go. And check it out. It's very, very funny.
Ideology has to be injected into an IP. Annoyance and mediocrity ensues.
Yep.
I mean, when I watch those old Dragon Age trailers, they don't come off as inherently queer to me. It also shows the storytelling of the original BioWare. One trailer called
That's
The
a good
Calling
point.
came out before.
So I'm playing Origins, and there's literally none of that. There is no LGBTQ propaganda. There's no, I'm non-binary. No, there's none of that. That is something that these freaks constantly say to justify their perversion and intrusion into these spaces. No, they've always been that way. No, they haven't. They most certainly have not. Guess what? I logged into Dragon Age Origins. There were two options, male or female. Seems like they had it figured out back then. But, yeah. No, they had it figured out back then. But then people lost they lost their mind. And now this shit has made everything worse. It's made everything dumber. It's more low IQ. The more that you invest in DEI and ESG and all this other left-wing stuff, the dumber that you get. The more low IQ that you get. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. But these people are goddamn retards. It's astonishing to me. They genuinely have gotten stupider as the years have gone on.
The game even launched. And it wasn't until players finished the game that they understood the deeper meaning behind the trailer, The Calling, which then made it even more badass and tragic. Instead, we're celebrating little alphabet people again.
The Shadow Dragons say there are people who use they instead of he or she. They're not men or women. And I like how it feels when I imagine myself that way.
Please, I wanna die.
Anyway, after this article...
Please, I wanna die.
That way.
Please, I wanna die.
Anyway,
Yeah, brother.
after this article went live, the game director locked their account.
Oh, God.
And it's gone.
BioWare Dragon Age has been renamed to Dragon Age. Wait, it was Dreadwolf. New gameplay trailer to debut on June the 11th. I'm hoping for a great game, free of.
So, do you notice something? Corinne Bush. Trans flag. Trans flag. Game director. Yeah. So when your game director, your lead writer, and a bunch of the other freaks working on this game are that mentally ill, that compromised, that low IQ, that desperate, that narcissistic, that deranged, that far into the cult, yeah, of course it's going to be shit. But I can't blame them entirely. They've basically told the world, hey, we're freaks. We're morons. The company should have stepped in and been like, you're fired. In order to protect the other employees, in order to protect the game from the terrible ideas that you would introduce, you're fired. We need to start generating some sales.
Modern politics. Uh-oh.
On June 9th, Dragon Age: The Veilguard official trailer was launched. This is when I became aware of the nightmare that awaited me. The reception was less than stellar. The art direction at the time was an issue most people had. It looked like a goddamn MOBA. Little did we know that was just the tip of the representation iceberg that was sinking the good ship nostalgia. The trailer itself reeked of a soullessness you can't quite define or put your finger on, that has become so ubiquitous with AAA gaming today. Maybe it's the modernized cover of the classic David Bowie song, We Could Be Heroes.
And between us and a pack of demons.
Driving home that the alphabet people were not only welcome but celebrated and that they could be heroes, playing in the background with the stupid hero shooter introduction poses for each character that was feeding into my piss poor attitude and reception for the game that was shared by at least 200,000 people who saw it. But I wasn't alone in my sentiments. The trailer backlash was so significant.
Trash. Wouldn't it be funny if this won Game of the Year? Wouldn't it be just absolutely hysterical if this won Game of the Year?
The game director removed BLM and any other virtue signaling badges from their bio.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Dragon Age director deletes flags from BLM and bio as soon as Dragon Age trailer backlash hit.
Basically, these people realized, whoa, not everybody loves this. Uh-oh, time to hide. People are mad. It's the usual. Edit that out. On September 16th, the character creator was revealed. And the best way to describe my move was Steve Buscemi cat.
But he, him, she, her, and they, them, and then your gender is man, woman, non-binary. Love that. Love the inclusivity. Top surgery scars are also included in this for all of our trans and non-binary rooks out there. I absolutely was blown away by this. It's beautiful to see the inclusion in the game and to see yourself represented.
Hey, BioWare, EA, gaming companies in general. Here's the general rule of thumb. I'm just going to come out and say it. If a freak like this is excited about your character customization instead of complaining about it on the internet, you fucked up. You have fucked up in a number of different ways, and they are, at that point, irreversible. Now, I want to show you a post. Oh, well, maybe I'll do a video on that. I just got an update. Yeah. About Alex Jones. I am. Oh man, I got distracted by Alex Jones. Well, man, Alex, how could you do that to me? I lost my train of thought. Man, it happens. Alex Jones has that power. I forgot what I was doing.
Presented.
Right.
Breaking Dragon.
Oh, I remember now. It took me a second looking at that freak on the screen. So I was actually going to go to a Tectone tweet, which likely get this video demonetized. All right, so I don't want to do this. So YouTube will probably demonetize this, but Tectone was tweeting about something, and actually I don't even know if I can. I don't even know if I can show that. I mean, that's I don't know if I want to mess with the YouTube censors. I'll just be brief about it. So he posts this picture here. And my point in showing you that is that is from a video game. Yeah. That's from a video game. That's from a video game that's in current year. That's now. And my response to that, which I can show you, was this. That or this. It's time to choose. So, on one hand, the Asians are coming out with games that they know that the audience is going to like, and they're creating games based on what the audience is going to like. And they're getting paid for it. And they're getting good PR, and people are talking about it. As opposed to this thing. This abomination, this disgusting freak. You do more damage. I'll tell you what. Do you know what has done the most beneficial element for the LGBT community? Believe it or not, it's Japanese anime. Believe it or not, it's Japanese anime. Japanese anime does such a better job. And I have one picture to show. I have one picture to show, and a lot of people will understand. One picture. It's all it takes. All it takes. Boom. I thought I was going to hate this character, and I did at first. But, even though they were talking about, like, the queen of queers and when Impel Down, and I thought this character's arc was just brilliant. And this character is about as gay as it gets. This character is as gay as it gets, and they did more. They did more for the LGBT community and acceptance than you freaks have done in your entire life. It is absolutely stunning to me that you thought that anyone would be impressed by this. And that's sort of what it is. People who are more interested in the actual substance of something rather than the superficial presentation.
Dragon Age the Veilguard character customization features have been revealed. You can call yourself a Lamborghini and choose they, them binary pronouns. But that's not all. Players can now customize female characters' chest and add top surgery scars. Thoughts?
The original video was 9 to 10 minutes of gushing about hair physics, representation, and surgery scars. Yeah, the mark of a loser. All right? When a guy looks at a dude who's ripped, we don't sit there and go, it's not the realistic beauty standard. We go, we got to hit the gym.
Oh no, Gooners can't make big breasted characters in the game.
Yeah, but I can give her a bulge. That's where things are now.
You stupid motherfucker.
Dragon Age the Veilguard. Can I cut off my boobas? Yes. Can I add cellulite? Yes. Can I add vitiligo? Yeah.
Why is vitiligo there? Let's just move on. Finally, a game for Michael Jackson.
Can I enlarge my chest and have thin hips to reflect my anatomy as a woman? No. You should be ashamed of yourself. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Let's check the director. Oh no.
Tried to edit this out for YouTube.
Within 4 days, games journalism gave Dragon Age the Concord treatment. You're right, Tyler. Too bad.
American journalism. I can't wait for it to. AI will take your job. Edit that out.
The character creator for Dragon Age. Japanese gamers were in Monster Hunter creating characters from anime,
That's so
video
cool.
games, and movies.
That's so cool. Like an actual character creator where you could do some real customization. That's awesome.
Japanese were even accurately recreating their pets because the character and creator in Monster Hunter is leaps and bounds better than Dragon Age that we're pretending is the new hot. My God. Let me take that back.
Dragon Age is obviously far superior. This chest guard.
This post was another massive L by IGN, which they collect though. But at the end of the day, they still got paid, so who's the real loser? That would probably be me. This post also reminded people of how far the character design in Dragon as the game circled the drain before it even story. These are the types of people who find masculinity.
That option is not deep in the character customization. Nothing here is deep. It's a slider, my dude. Left or right, left or right. What's wrong with you?
Don't buy the game. Done. Go play something else. You're not fighting a battle alongside grums. You're just wasting your time. Well,
Guess what, K-Med?
Ghost protected.
Let's read those hot takes.
The female characters aren't hot enough. Yet because they've clued into the notion, this is obviously incel behavior. They swapped out unattractive for masculine, and thus transgendered, because that's a framing which makes them seem political instead of porn brain. But we all know what they mean. And here I am, recalling how this has been a thing ever since some dude whined 10 years ago about Cassandra actually being a man, posting over and over and over about her giant jaw, and posting phrenology pics to scientifically prove why his pee-pee remains flaccid.
Sometimes I feel like the discourse around video gaming is getting so absolutely stupid that I can barely stand it on any level.
But let's just be real here, no matter how you frame it. This female character that's now non-binary looks like a dude. Looks like a black guy that painted blue and threw some horns on him.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Ironically, women don't like ugly female characters either. I guess we have...
That's true. That's absolutely true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely recommend that you go give this video a watch. It's very, very good. And in summation, you look at the people behind the scenes at BioWare, and there's definitely an issue. These are immature, petulant, low IQ, narcissistic, degenerate, disgusting, bottom-feeding trash that think that they're better than you for some ungodly reason. You don't get to say that you're better than anyone when you produce just absolute unplayable slop like the Veilguard. And it's even more egregious because I just got done playing Origins. I just got done playing about 2 hours of Origins, and the dialogue is so far beyond anything that you could do today that it actually is kind of unbelievable. It's unbelievable that you're the same company. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.